so sick of United. I'm watching them man play. I mean, I can't even remember when I last watched Match of the Day. Fam, I swear, bro, I'm sick of this. How many chances them man gonna miss? Bruno blasted the ball over the bar when it could have just been a side foot finishing it short. Know about you, but I'm not doing this. Building my expectation, waiting for Amorim to come in and save him. They'll be rating the guy, then hate him. They'll be praising the guy, then slate him. In about 2.5 years, manager sacked and another manager post vacant. I'm so angry, see my hand shaking, raging, and I all run out of patience. Game was low for the chance creation, and same way none of them got taken. It's a process, so a man still waiting patient. Yo, this is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again with another show. It's your boy Firms, and you're tuned in to another podcast. Manchester United versus Chelsea. Man United dropped 2 points, in my opinion. It finished 1-1, and we're just left here wanting. Like, Manchester United fans are again just disappointed. We're disappointed, and we're seeing the same repetitions happen when we watch Manchester United. Chances get created. Of the few that does get created, don't get put to bed. We don't finish our dinner, and that's the issue with this team. It's like, I'm just confused, man. I'm confused, like, with how we're gonna fix this setup. Like, how is Amorim gonna come in and fix this? He's got a lot on his plate. Amorim has a lot on his plate. I think it is safe to say, yeah, that Amorim has his work cut out for this squad. He really does, because what is the point of changing the style of play where we're creating more, but then our forwards ain't putting the ball in the net? Like, we can't just be dependent on Rasmus Højlund. Oh, if we're creating so many chances, Rasmus Højlund will get on the end of it and he'll be the one scoring. We need that from Garnacho. We need that from Rashford. And as we've seen from Rashford, one season he's on it, one season he's not on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we ain't seen a 30-goal season from him since forever. Do you understand? He had that one killer season, and then from then it's been, and before that as well. It's just not enough. It's not enough for you to be getting that paid that amount of money, being the face of Manchester United basically, and not being able to put in performances where we can depend on you week in, week out. Yes, over the last few games, Rashford is being put in better performances. I would say he's got a couple of goals, assists, etc. But in terms of someone that we can rely on, we know what he's about. We know what Garnacho's. Garnacho's a young buck. At the end of the day, Garnacho's someone that shouldn't be starting week in, week out. We've having to depend on guys like Garnacho, having to depend on guys like Mainu to bring us out of this mud that we're in. And what's frustrating as well is like some of the fans, right? They'll be like, oh, Ahmad is dead, or Mainu's this, and Garnacho, Garnacho's that. But these guys, really and truly, if you deep it, shouldn't be starting for Manchester United week in, week out. They should be young bucks that were blooded through, coming off the bench. Do you know what I mean? Getting your minutes like that. But we're having to start all of these guys because our first team players ain't doing the jobs. The Rashfords, the Antonys, do you know what I mean? They ain't putting in the work. And I don't know if that's through the style of play for some of these guys. I know not all of these guys, but some of these guys, whether it's our system that's not helping them or what. But the fact of the matter is our first team guys that we're dependent on, that we spent our loads of money on, are not doing what they need to be doing. And therefore, we're having to rely on Garnacho. Like, looking at that game against Chelsea, Garnacho's not performing, right? His end product is not great. Who are you bringing on? And what expectation are you expecting of that guy that they bring on? Do you understand? Okay, we bring on Ahmad. Ahmad's decision making is probably better. But week in, week out, as time goes on, are we not just going to be doing the same thing with Ahmad, complaining, oh, we need to bring on, Garnacho? Like, I think what Manchester United need is a clear starting 11. Like, this is the team that I can rely on. Yeah, you might have your days when you're on and off, but this is the team that I rely on. That's got to be taking us forward. And Manchester United still don't have that. We have a starting 11, but we don't have an 11 where we can say these people rightly deserve to be starting week in, week out. I think we've got a starting I think we have a starting 11 out of circumstance, out of the fact that we've done poor recruitment over the years. Do you know what I mean? And the recruitment that the players that we've brought in just they're not doing what they need to be doing. And that's why we're stuck with guys like Rashford getting multiple games week in, week out. And there's no dig at Rashford because, like I said, his performance has improved recently. But do you know what I mean? I'm talking from an overall perspective. This is why we've got them man playing week in, week out. Garnacho playing week in, week out as well. And yes, that guy's the star boy. Like Garnacho, for me, is a guy when he's on the pitch. Yes, he makes poor decisions. Yes, he gets it wrong, but he keeps trying and he keeps attacking the opposition's box. And I like that. You know, he's a guy that, you know, he gets you on your feet. You know what I mean? You're excited. But at the same time, the rawness of him, you know, that rough sort of that nature and that ability of Garnacho is still being worked on. Like he's still being honed to be that guy that we all want to see. And he's still early on in his development. Yes, he's getting a lot of game times, and yes, that will help him. But I'm not expecting him to be no finished article. I'm expecting these things to happen. Yes, it's frustrating because there's many times in that game against Chelsea where Garnacho could have done a simple pass, simple layoff to Amad Diallo, who was through and on goal, or even Xerxes that was running on the other far right. There's ample opportunities where he could have whipped in the cross, put in a through ball, and he chose to be greedy and take it on himself. And this is a true reflection of how Manchester United as a team had been coached, because Manchester United have been set up where we're Moments FC, where we depend on guys to save us. Garnacho's been that guy to come off the bench to get that winning goal, to save us, to win the game, to equalize. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these players, they're built like that. They're not built to be saying, you know, team goals, like team worked goals where you're putting together 15, 20 passes before you get that goal. Because if they worked like that, if they were trained like that, then Garnacho, his first thought will be, oh, who's around me? Who's available? Who do I need to be setting up that's in a better position than me? The well-worked teams, like if you look at City, even an Arsenal or whatever like that, I know they're catching stray bullets, they're catching L's, you know, Eddie's left crumbling and all that. But, you know, if you look at them, their first point of call is, you know, can I set up someone else? Am I in the best position? They're looking at us around them and they're making that pass. Garnacho's got the ball and he's trying to run, do it all himself. He ends up giving it away or wasting it. The end product is just poor. And this is the issue about the stage and the development of where he's at. And the type of forwards that we need to take us to that next level are forwards where you ain't got to be worrying about, oh, they made the wrong decision, because more times than none, they're making the right decision. They're shooting if they need to shoot because there's no other option that's better than what they've got. Or they're laying it off because there is options that's better than what they've got. Do you know what I mean? And we're in a position where we just ain't got good forwards, man. Like Amorim can come in and create many chances, but who is going to be the guy that's putting the ball in the back of the net? And I'm so glad, yeah, that the focus has shifted now from Erik ten Hag and him being so poor at coaching to the players, because this is a joint issue. And a lot of fans just focus their issues on Erik ten Hag and it was too lopsided. The reality is, yeah, and I know he's brought in some of these dead players. Don't get me wrong, like, not all of them are dead. Some of them just need good coaching. You understand? But it's not just about the manager. Like, some of these chances that we're missing, open goals, bro. Open goals where the manager's not going to come on the pitch and put that ball in the net. Yes, we shouldn't be in a position where, do you know what I mean? Like, we're relying on the referee. Like, you know, we should be controlling these games, and that's where the coaching comes in. We should be managing these games and controlling it in the sense where, you know, we're not having to rely on moments. But it doesn't eliminate the fact that when the goal is open, or when you've got a decision where you've got 2-3 men in a box running in that can have clear tap-ins and you're not making that layoff and you're going for a shot and hitting it wide, the players have to be held accountable. And when Erik ten Hag was here, too much of that was blindsided by the fact that Erik ten Hag is just getting too many things wrong. And yes, he was. But this is a joint issue now. Now he's gone. The whole focus of the fan base is now shifted on these players. And that's the issue. The reality is that is the issue. I'm not saying that we need to be selling Garnacho. I'm not saying we need to be selling Amad or Rasmus Højlund or any of these guys. There's still guys working development. Xerxes as well. First season in the Premier League, the fast pace. He's adjusting. You can clearly see it. But we really do need to sort out the starting lineup. And we're wasting starting lineup money on guys that shouldn't be starting for this club. That's what we're doing. We need to sort out this 11. Like, get it right. You know what I mean? Get it right. Stop getting in players where they're not suited to the manager, or managers that's not suited to the players. And then, you have situations where Sancho's moving on and all these other guys, Pogba's and all like that. We need to start getting it right. We need to start getting it right. Look at that. The table that's circulating around social media, doing them rounds. Chance creation, bottom of the league. Conversion, bottom of the league. Like, this is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Like, a whole Manchester United. Like, we are just moving mad. You won't be able to tell the difference between Manchester United and any relegation team right about now. You got Nottingham Forest sitting pretty. And Manchester United's here dwindling, playing around in 13th position or 14th, wherever they are. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. And like, I don't even know, because yes, like the defense, had a good game. And big shout out to Mazraoui, man, because Mazraoui, he cost what, 12 million? His performance against Chelsea was amazing, bro. Like, that guy is graceful. Like, how I describe that guy, Mazraoui, is like the fact of when he's on a ball, he's graceful. He's very composed. Like, his touch, he's thought through every movement, what he's going to do with that ball. How he manipulates that ball is amazing, bro. He's never like out of his comfort zone. You know what I mean? When he was on that ball against Chelsea, it was like watching art, bro. You couldn't take that ball off him. Do you understand? He'll just glide past you. He'll take another step, just glide a bit, just move on and find his man. It's the best game I've seen him play. But people's clocked it with Mazraoui that he's about that life when it comes to ball playing. You understand? So, look, I'm hoping if we do play three at the back, that Mazraoui is a big part of that. I'm sure he will be a big part of that, and he gets a lot more chances to show himself in a more advanced position, because he has a lot to offer instead of just all this defending thing. But yeah, he was solid, man. He was solid. He had a solid game, Mazraoui, man. And the defense, to be honest, had a decent game. Do you understand? It's not like from a defensive point of view, we put in a shift as well. It's just that when you're not creating so many chances, and then you do get these chances, you need to be clinical with it. And that's the thing, Manchester United ain't clinical. And that's one of my reservations about getting guys like Xerxes and a lot of the fan base as well, and Rasmus Højlund, as I knew that Xerxes is going to be someone that helps other players do well, right? And Rasmus Højlund's a guy that obviously needs service when you're just hoping through the experience in the league and playing at this level that he will grow into it, right? But I always looked at it like, we just ain't got that clinical forward. And we had guys like Harry Kane, who we really wanted, that we just couldn't get. Ivan Toney was available. Do you understand? Like these guys, yeah. Osimhen was available. The guys that's a bit more clinical than what we've got, where you're not creating chances. When you do get a chance, try and put it in the back of the net. You got to try and put it in the back of the net. We can't be wasting these chances and doing this whole heroics thing, because we don't know when the next chance is going to come. Unfortunately, we're not a team that's creating so many chances where 1 minute you can decide, yeah, I'm going to do something that and maybe I shouldn't be doing because I know that a chance is going to come like in 2 minutes later. Like, we're in a position where, look, if that chance comes in the first minute of the game, treat that as the last dying minute of the game, because we don't know when the next chance is coming. And when you've got people like Garnacho making those decisions like he did, yeah, it don't help this team. It really don't help this team. And I feel like he needs to grow in and mature, as a football player. And whilst he's doing that, we need to go on and find players that can actually do the damn thing. We do. We ain't got time to be waiting for these guys to come into full maturity. Not all of them at the same time anyway. You understand? These guys need to be surrounded by guys that are on smoke so that they can watch them and say, yeah, like, I see what you did. I'm going to try and emulate that. You understand? When Ronaldo came into Manchester United, he was surrounded by just talent everywhere. But now we've got all of these rough diamonds coming into the squad. There's too many of them where we're having to there's no accountability. There's no one that's like on the forward line that we can look to and say, you've got that experience. You know what to do in this situation. None. And we're struggling for it. We're paying for it, man. Do you understand? I saw times in the game where Bruno was fuming, saying, look, you ain't coming to help me, man. Look, I'm holding up this ball as long as possible. I've got 2 men around me, 3 men around me, but there's no outlet. No one's around me. Everyone's far away from each other. I saw times when Casemiro was berating Garnacho like I said, taking the responsibility on his hands to go and try and win the game without and not taking a sensible decision. He was berating guys. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean with this squad. It's just the maturity levels is just not ready. It's not ready. And we need to get ready and get ready fast. Otherwise, it don't matter what we do. We're still going to be in a similar setup. Look, Amorim, man, obviously, I know you like to play a similar type of setup where you overload that forward line. You like to play your three at the back or whatever. Good on you. And hopefully that does help to create chances. But there's obviously key bits that we need to focus on, and that's the conversion, chance creation, conversion, and playing style. Playing style. I don't want to be having situations where we're winning games and it's just by luck or by fluke. I don't want to have situations where we're winning FA Cups or Europa League or wherever it is and it's masking the league position. I want to be in like Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, these guys' best seasons, there was still double figures gaps with the top place or second place or whatever it is. The gap's still massive between when Ole finished second, when Mourinho finished second. The gap was still massive to the top. There's still a lot to do. And even throughout those seasons, I looked at it and thinking, we got lucky, you know? Like, we got lucky in a lot of these games. Yeah, we won a trophy, but we're lucky. Mourinho's lucky to win the Europa League when he won it. Like, we're lucky, bro. The FA Cup win that we done against City, don't get me wrong, like, we deserved that. Like, we bossed that game, but more time leading up to that, we're lucky. We're lucky. And I want us to be dominating, controlling, and bossing games, like saying, you're the dominant team. Bossing these games, and it's not by luck. And our playing style is not masking it. Like, I'm in a position where I don't even care if we don't win a cup or whatever it is. I just want to see us truly progress in the Premier League and see our playing style really good and see the gap no more than a couple of points from the teams that we're trying to overthrow. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see us finishing in 8th spot winning a trophy, or us finishing in 5th, 6th, or 7th winning a trophy. That's not good enough. It may have been good enough for Erik ten Hag, but it's not good enough for Manchester United fans. You understand? It's not. We've passed that situation where we're desperately wanting titles. Not to say that we won't want one. I understand. Not to say that we won't take a FA Cup tomorrow or take a Europa League or whatever. Gets us in Champions League after all. But Manchester United fans have moved on from the fact of, oh, we ain't won a title in X number of years. I'm more focused on how we are performing in the Premier League. That's our main priority right now. And a style of play and identity. You know what I mean? Not just getting battered and moved to by any Tom, Dick and Harry team and then relying on star performances or bailouts from some of our forwards. That's not what we're on. You understand? So hopefully, man, Amorim comes in and he gets to work on some of these key priorities for man. Because otherwise, it's just going to be a stressful situation, a stressful season for us. But I'm looking forward to it, man. And hopefully, look, Manchester United could go on and make some improvements that we really need. But guys, man, let me know your thoughts, man. Who was your man of the match? Man was Mazrais. Let me know who your man of the match was. And guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Until next time, peace.